Boris Johnson wants to fix the defective Brexit withdrawal agreement, paving the way for a furious showdown with Brussels. A source close to the UK chief negotiator David Frosthouse said that the deal signed in January has unfair defects which Mr Johnson's government did not have time to remedy but which Britain has now brought back to the table. The move was accompanied with a blistering attack on the EU chief negotiator Michel Barnier, who stands accused of thinking he is the referee when actually he is a player on the pitch in the talks. The thought follows the end of round 4 of talks, which concluded this week with recriminations from Mr Barnier, who was rattled by Britain's refusal to bend to EU demands. It comes as a poll in the US showed that American voters backed a trade deal with the UK. The poll, conducted by the Democracy Institute think tank in Washington, shows that 55% believe a UK trade deal is good for the US and 58% that Britain is the USA's best ally. Meanwhile, Mr Johnson is popular in America with 51% approval and just 30% unfavourable, while 43% think Brexit is good for the UK with 33% believing it is bad. With Britain toughening up its position on China, Whitehall sources have said that a UK/US trade deal is now moving ahead quickly, putting more pressure on the EU. The frustration appeared to get to Mr Barnier on Friday when he attacked Britain and accused it of not wanting to fulfil its commitments in the withdrawal agreement. While a source close to the UK negotiating team said that the tone of talks had been positive, they pointed out that the political declaration attached to the withdrawal agreement is not binding. Instead, it states that it establishes the parameters of an ambitious, broad and deep partnership. Mr Barnier has demanded that Britain comply with pledges he said it made in the declaration, but the source said the EU were unfairly characterising the political declaration. Establishing a framework is not the same as meaning everything must go in a legally binding treaty. Michel Barnier seems to think he is the referee when actually he is a player on the pitch. However, the source also made it clear that the Prime Minister wants defects in the withdrawal agreement itself, made by his predecessor Theresa May and her chief negotiator Ollie Robbins, to be fixed. A government source said, "Unfortunately, we couldn't fix every defect with the withdrawal agreement last autumn. We had to prioritise abolishing the backstop and getting Brexit done in the face of a parliament that was trying to stop us. We'll now have to do our best to fix it, but we're starting with a clear disadvantage." As an example, they highlighted a problem over geographical indications, GI, which have come up in the negotiations. GI are used to identify a product as originating in a particular country or region where its quality, reputation or other characteristic is linked to its geographical origin, such as Scottish whisky and salmon. The UK team has made proposals to improve the arrangements in the withdrawal agreement with more balanced arrangements ensuring appropriate protection, because EU GI are protected in the withdrawal agreement, but UK GI are not. The Prime Minister has insisted that he will stick to the pledge of ending the transition period even without a final deal on December 31. Because the EU has been accused of dragging its feet over negotiations and trying to force unfair demands on Britain, including access to British fishing waters and forcing the UK to accept EU laws and the jurisdiction of the European Court, it could see aspects of January's agreement come into question. Former Cabinet Minister Alan Patterson, chairman of the Centre for Brexit Policy think tank, said the EU continue to make ridiculous demands that they have never asked from other third countries when negotiating free trade agreements. They haven't got their head round the fact that we are an independent country. The UK government could not be clearer there will not be an extension. Because of the EU reasonable behaviour, it is likely that the UK will trade under World Trade Organization terms, an arrangement we will thrive under. The benefits Brexit offers us as a nation are absolutely crucial to rebuild our economy following the damage done by coronavirus. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe our channel to receive the latest news.